What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Living in Jacksonville. I'm Avery. I'm with American Home Team at eXp Realty. And today we're going over the southernmost beach in all of North Carolina. We're talking about Sunset Beach, North Carolina. Let's go. Now, before we get started, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, be sure to do so and hit that notification bell so that you're notified every single time that I drop a new video pertaining to all things southeastern North Carolina. Guys, I cover a massive portion of the southeastern coast, all the way from Little Washington down to North Myrtle Beach. So wherever you're looking at moving, hit up the phone number or email address on the screen. That is the best way to get in contact with me. I would love to have a conversation and see how I can best help. But with that said, today we're discussing the pros and the cons of Sunset Beach. We're also going over a few other pertinent factors or key information regarding Sunset Beach that might help you decide whether or not you should move here. So jumping right into it, the first pro of Sunset Beach is that it is a laid back, beautiful beach town. Sunset Beach was listed as the number 4 best beach in the entire world, according to National Geographic in a 2017 article. Now, that's a pretty incredible feat, but with that, why is it such a good beach? Well, it's very wide. It's a pretty big beach. It's very small. The island is only 7 miles long. It's very clean. And obviously, North Carolina just has great weather. So with that, being a little bit more of a small town feel, coupled with that beach vibe, the wide, white, sandy beaches, it gives it that aspect that a lot of other beaches don't really have. Now with that, it is a southern facing beach. So you get sunsets and sunrises. You can't say that about all North Carolina beaches. Most North Carolina beaches are eastern facing, so you don't really get the same views. But with southern facing beaches, you do get the sunset and the sunrise. So your views are going to be spectacular over the water and then over the mainland. But Sunset Beach it does seem like an untouched beach. It's very laid back, low key, not a whole lot of people. There's only under 4,000 permanent residents that live in Sunset Beach. During peak season, you get up over 15,000. So it does fluctuate pretty heavily during June, July, August, but the remainder of the year, you're looking under 4,000 people, which makes it a very small, relaxed atmosphere. And one that you can really just be one with nature in. There is a island called Bird Island, and it does house the Kindred Spirit mailbox, which it's a pretty cool little historic gem that you can look into. In fact, there's a number of books written about Bird Island, but it's right off of Sunset Beach, and it just adds this nature flair to the island that a lot of other islands just don't give you. A lot of other beaches just don't give you. So the beach charm and the nature here in Sunset Beach, in my opinion, is very hard to beat. Now, pro number 2, like I said, it is very peaceful and very low key. It is the kind of place that you can just sit back and kind of chill, right? You feel like you're on vacation. You don't really feel like you're in a resort, but you feel like you're on vacation, like you're unwinding, you're decompressing, and even the locals will say that, except for hurricanes. But with that, you just feel like you're in a different world. You feel like you can sit back, unwind, decompress from work, and be on vacation. And I don't know many other places that you can live somewhere and honestly just feel that way. And the majority of the time, you're not going to be stuck in traffic. Like I said, there's under 4,000 permanent residents. So not a lot of traffic, not a lot of hustle and bustle. You can get beachfront living and, just enjoy your time at the beach without having to worry about a lot of the stressors that the big city life has. But it's also a close-knit community. A lot of the neighbors know each other. You'll meet the people next door. You'll see people out in town. There is an island and a mainland aspect of it. So you're going to be shopping at the same places as your neighbors. You're going to be doing the same things that your neighbors are. So it is very tight-knit. Everybody knows everybody. And it's just a small community feel. And with that, and pro number 3 is that it is an affordable area. Yeah, it's a small town, right? So, a lot of the beachfront homes and the mainland homes are very affordable. Of course, you can get your 1.5 million, you can get your $2 or $3 million homes on the island or the intercoastal or what have you, but there's also homes for the high 200,000s, right? There's also those average homes, you know, from 350 up to 650. You do get those and they're plentiful. So you can live on mainland and in Sunset Beach and have an affordable home. But there's also a variety. You can get those luxury waterfront homes. You can get luxury mainland homes. There are master plan communities with golf courses and that kind of thing. But overall, one of the biggest pros of this area is the affordability while still being right there on the water. And then pro number 4 is the proximity to amenities. Within a 30 or 40 minute drive, you can be anywhere that you want to be. You know, Myrtle Beach is 40 minutes away. Calabash is only 15 minutes away. And then Charlotte is 20 minutes away. So the amenities of some of those bigger areas, some of those bigger towns are a stone's throw away, very quick drive. But Sunset Beach does offer its own flair. It does have restaurants. There are events that happen every single week or month, year, whatever, right? There's always events going on. There's always things going on that you can take advantage of as a local. But if you are into the big box stores, if you're into some of the bigger town amenities, it's only going to be, you know, 20, 30, or 40-minute drive to get there, and Myrtle Beach basically being your furthest away. Now, just like every town, you know, not everything is cupcakes and rainbows. There are some negatives to every single town out there. Sunset Beach is no different. So every single year, you go from under 4,000 permanent residents up to 15 or 20,000 residents. June, July, August is tourist season. So you do have the seasonality of, you know, the restaurants and some of the stores and that kind of thing. But you also have the seasonality of the traffic and just being shoulder to shoulder on the beach. Sunset Beach is a smaller beach. It's only about 7 miles long. It is pretty wide, but it's only about 7 miles long. So when you have the people coming and staying in the Airbnbs and staying on the beach, right, things can get pretty crowded, especially in a small town. It kind of amplifies it, right? So something to think about, that is one of the cons to living here in Sunset Beach because of the seasonal tourism and the seasonal attraction here. It gets quite busy throughout those months, June, July, August. The rest of the year though is spectacular. Right after, so like in September, we call it the local summer. And so you get the beaches to yourself, you still beautiful weather, and you get to go and enjoy it the rest of the year until about June when everyone starts flooding back in. So yeah, it's a negative for those 3 months, but you get it the rest of the year. So that is a pro in my opinion. And then con number 2 is the limited job opportunities. Yeah, it's a small town, right? There's not a lot of gainful employment in Sunset Beach. Tourism is the major sector here, but also most people that live in Sunset Beach will travel outside of Sunset Beach to get their job. So North Myrtle Beach, Calabash, Charlotte, maybe even Southport, some of those bigger areas to get some gainful employment. Otherwise, you're going to be working some small-time jobs that really aren't going to be paying a whole lot of money. But maybe you're a retiree and you're just looking to pick up some extra hours and, you know, bartend or, you know, waitress, do something like that, right? To kind of keep your body moving and make a little bit of extra money. Or maybe you want to get into real estate or some other service-based business just to keep your brain pumping, right? Those are plentiful in the area. You can get service-based jobs pretty easily anywhere you go in North Carolina, really the country. But other jobs, you know, with big corporations, maybe construction, whatever, you are going to have to go outside of Sunset Beach. It just is what it is. But anytime you have a small town like this, you got to do it. So that is definitely a con for anybody looking to transfer their job, maybe relocate because of work, or maybe they're coming here jobless and just trying to look for work. It's going to be quite difficult. And then con number 3 is the hurricane risk, just like everywhere on the coast. But Brunswick County does get hit particularly bad. For whatever reason, Brunswick County always gets hit. And I think honestly, it's because of the infrastructure in Brunswick County. It's one of the last remaining counties that's kind of being built up and gentrified. But with that said, they get hit with hurricanes. We have hurricanes, you know, yearly, and Brunswick County is susceptible to hurricanes. Sunset Beach being one of those areas that is susceptible to hurricanes. So flooding, wind and hail, that kind of thing. It is susceptible, but once again, just like everywhere on the coast, it is a risk that you have to accept if you want the quality of life of living on the beach. And then the last con that I have, but stick around because I have more after these cons, but the limited medical facilities around the area. You do need to get into Calabash or into Supply for Brunswick Medical, or even going into Myrtle Beach or Wilmington for some of your bigger medical centers, the ERs and trauma centers, that kind of thing. There are small urgent cares and family practices. You can get your daily, weekly, monthly necessities taken care of in terms of your healthcare, but some of those bigger centers, it's going to be a drive. You're looking a minimum of 25 or 30 minutes to some of those bigger areas. A lot of people, though, they do appreciate that because, you know, they just want to be out and kind of secluded and live their life, not necessarily worried about the medical. And look, if you're moving here with kids, right? The school system here in Sunset Beach is rated, the lowest ranking school system is rated a B in niche.com. So something to think about. The schools are pretty good. They do have a good reputation. There are also charter and private school options to take advantage of if you do have kids and you're worried about the school systems. And also the cost of living in Sunset Beach is lower than that of maybe Wilmington or Myrtle Beach, some of the surrounding bigger cities along the coast. It is smaller and you don't have as much going on, but it's cheaper. And yeah, you know, food and stuff might be a little bit higher than the national average, but when you're talking about, you know, being here and the affordability of the beachfront properties and stuff, you really can't go wrong with Sunset Beach. But with all that said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something about Sunset Beach. And until the next one, peace. We'll see you later. Bye.